leaving my Krip-Hop nation. So I want to go back in my history because the UK has a history of not paying attention to black disabled people way before Arday, Jason Arday. I went to the UK back in 96 trying to connect with the black disabled movement there because I learned that they have big black disabled movement. So I wanted to go there as a black disabled man. Of course, when I got there, it was a little bit too late because the black disabled movement had to close their doors. The reason why they had to close the doors is because of racism once again. I interviewed them years later. It's on Poor Magazine. I interviewed three people. One of the persons were with Margaret L. Hale. Margaret Hale was one of the leaders of the Black Disabled Movement in London. She passed away. But I interviewed them and they all said that the reason why they had to close the doors because they had a lack of support from anybody, from the disability movement, from the black community, from the government. And they told me that a lot of white disabled leaders told them that they could not organize it and that they are separating the movement, bringing up race. So this was in the late 90s, when I went there. I interviewed them about 4 years ago. You can check the interview on Poor Magazine's SoundCloud site. But it's interesting to now go back through my history and looking at how the UK and the white disabled movement treated the black disabled movement at the time, and how they had to close the doors because they didn't get any support, and how certain white disabled scholars told them that they should not organize and that they don't have the skills to organize and that they are separating the movement. So the UK has a long problem with black disabled people. In an interview, the activist said that, the UK does a lot of white paper on this, white paper on that, but don't really implement the outcome of papers on race and disability. So I wanted to put that out because there's a long history of the UK and they're just not recognizing black disabled people. So anyway, rest in peace, Jason Arday, and rest in peace, Margaret Hale, that started the black disabled movement in London. All right, peace.